Anyway. Oh shit, we're live. Hi. Anyway. Hi. Yeah. Hello? What? Well, I'm really sorry if I get your name wrong. Manoj? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Welcome back to the weekly reaction to UnOrdinary, brought to you by the one and only Urdu-chan. Yeah, welcome to the stream. No, we're not doing that again. Anyway, so yeah, welcome Solo, welcome. Yeah, so yeah, like I said in my review and discussion, welcome Tube. Episode 304 was all right. It was decent. It got the job done as an episode. Yeah, so Kaden showed up, got to Kuyo and Ison. He took Remy and Blake to meet up with Sarah, or with Doc. Ison then asked Kuyo if he had a copy of the footage somewhere, and Kuyo, because he's prepared, because he's an old pro, basically just said, like, dude, I've been doing this for a while, like, that's not the first time something like this has happened. Don't worry. I got everything under control. So, Kaden takes them to Doc's. And, yeah, he was like, hey, help. And we saw Sarah is, in fact, staying with Doc and Layla. I guess Doc and Layla are living together again. I guess they are back together again. I just realized, and I didn't bring it up in the review discussion, obviously. I just realized that Doc was very much like, we're not a thing. We're not getting back together. I'm helping these guys, and then I'm out. But, you know, I guess Doc gets lonely. Anyway, it's totally fine. Totally fine. They're both adults. But, so, Sarah woke them up. Doc came in and, you know, kind of saw like, God damn it, more kids. Went to heal them. In the morning, Blake woke up and saw he was in a bed with Remy, wondering what had happened. Remy woke up from a nightmare and saw that they were together in a room. That's when Sarah showed up and started explaining the situation to them. And they told her about their encounter with Brims and Fury, mentioning how they had two abilities, but it seemed... Welcome, Miriam. Welcome. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I mean, like, I think it's obvious that John is in denial. Maybe I should have said that. It's just, you know, I don't know. I feel like more should have been shown about that, and I still feel like Sarah should have said something to John still about it, nonetheless. Anyway, welcome, Mary. I'm glad to see you here, as always. But yeah, so they showed up, you know, helping, and Sarah's like, yeah, I read about it and everything, and I think the person they're sourcing the ability from is John's mom. That's where we left off, so I think we're going to get tail ends of this conversation, maybe Blake and Remy talking to Doc, and then also, I think we are going to get a little bit of Ison and Kuyo this episode too. Welcome, Mohammed. Welcome. All right, guys, so that's where we are. So I'm excited to see. Okay, here we go. Are we up? Oh, we're up. Oh, real quick before we read. Guys, if you have Discord, they are doing a collab. I think you need just base Discord. I don't think you need Nitro. Surely pull it up first. Let's see. Webtoon. Let's see. Welcome, Kyle. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Discord. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so if you have Discord Nitro, you get 10 Webtoons tokens for free. So that's a chapter of UnOrdinary right there, guys. That's in the money right there. But yeah. I don't know, guys. Does anyone? I don't know about that, to be honest. John, does anyone else have an issue with the videos? I don't see any when I post them or when I check them. Anyway, so there's that out of the way. Let's go. Let's get into this now, guys. Doc's apartment. His name's not Darren. His name is Doc. I don't care what you say, Uru. Damn, that's a lot of amplifiers. So we got 9, possibly 10 with the one Doc's holding amplifiers. So here we go. My girlfriend and 3 teens living in my 1-bedroom apartment. Not exactly the life I pictured for myself. So he's running some tests. And wow, okay, so he's given everyone the bed. Doc literally doesn't have to do that, but he does. Doc, no matter what he says, Doc cares about these kids. Not exactly the life I pictured for myself. It's only for a few days. So, the package they brought with them. Their ability amplifiers, you said. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've seen them. Black was caught with it before, when he had a vigilante phase. Guess he's at it again. Back at Wellston, Vaughn asked me to take a look at it. Didn't you say didn't you study this back at university? Remembering his conversation with Keen. It's not part of my job description. But I refused because I didn't want any part in it. Okay, so he just flat out never did. But now you do? Well, I figured if it really has ability-altering properties, it might be helpful to Sarah and John's recovery. Wow. Oh, and he's got the smile. He's got the little grimace. That's brilliant, Taryn. and they're smiling. UnOrdinary episode 305. So, they're getting up. They're all out. Hey, Doc. Long time no see. How you been? And Blake's just scratching the back of his head, and Sarah's just like, oh, here we go. Oh, glad to see you both awake. I'm Layla. It's a pleasure to meet you. And Blake's just like, oh, she's stunning. Hi, I'm Remy. Oh, nice catch, Doc. And Black just gives Doc a thumbs up. You better not be checking out my girlfriend, twerp. Back to your shitty old vigilante habits, I see. Doc, we can explain. Nah, save it. Everyone at Wellston's doing some type of illegal shit. Glad I got out of there. But aren't you housing a fugitive? How are you two feeling? Must have been a tough night. We're fine now, thanks to you and Doc. Sorry for the... He hasn't made too many tonics for Remy. You don't seem fine to me. Are you okay? The pain flares up every now and then. But don't worry, we'll be out of your way soon. Not on my watch. My policy hasn't changed. Activating the nightmare. You're not going anywhere until you're healthy. Understood? And Remy's just... yes, sir. So, back at Wellston. We're back at Wellston now. Wait, hold up. When did John make Doc smile? 224, safe house. John's in charge of the safe. And no, Ison has to be here. Ison has to be here. So John just kind of slouched over. Remy and Blake both aren't here today? And they didn't tell anyone? How unlike them. Yeah, and Ison called in sick. John is the only one here. And John just ... That's weird. So he's just walking around. Arlo. John. Huh? Arlo? What is it? I can't get a hold of Remy. She's probably with Blake. Have you seen him at all? Now that you mention it. Uru, this text bubble of John's is yellow. It's Arlo's color. I don't remember him coming back to the room last night. What? What? How am I supposed to protect you from the Bureau if you're already dead? Damn it! And John looks at him. Hey, have you tried Ison? And Arlo just ... I think this kind of dynamic between John and Arlo is interesting because right now they're the only we'll say the only two because Sarah doesn't exactly know about Remy, Blake, and Ison yet. I don't think. But they're the only two that know the whole story and what's going on. So I think it's really interesting that they're both kind of helping each other out covertly, secretively. They're both speaking in code to each other. Welcome, Felipe. Welcome. So, Wellston Boys Dormitory. I stopped by earlier and no one was here. He didn't answer my text either. See, the thing with Ison is, you can't tell whether he really isn't there. Or if he's just hiding! Kicks down the door. Oh, John actually just kicked down the door. And Ison's just in his room in his bed. Ison! And his arm's burned. And his other arm has the scars still. He's burning up. I'll call Elaine. So she heals him up. Phew, that should do it for now. I think he just moved a little. Looks like he's waking up. Elaine, get the fuck out of here. No, not even a thank you? As usual. No one cares about you. Shut up. Glare. Am I in hell? Not yet. It's real. Jeez, with wounds like those, why didn't you go see a healer? It's not that simple. The hospitals were swarming with cops. Did you go out with Remy and Blake last night? And Ison just ... Hey, can I leave now? And all of them look at her. I don't want anything to do with this. And that's why no one fucking likes you. Get out. You're not important. Yeah. But what's with that attitude? Did I come off wrong? It's just... Oh my god. Uru, Actually don't. Actually don't. Oh my god. I've always tried to be a part of your group, but I knew you only wanted me around for my healing. ... I guess once I stopped hanging around you guys as much, I felt less pressure to impress you all. I prefer to just study it, just focus on my studies and friends now. If you need me for anything urgent, I'm still just a call away. See you guys later. This bitch is a fucking snitch. She's gonna fucking snitch. Kill her now. Honestly though, what can you say about someone two-faced like Elaine? Who, like, yeah, you're the fucking healer. You're the healer. That's it. Like, I stand by what I've said before. Like, Elaine, they're not her friends. They're not. And, like, people who ship Elaine with Arlo, as much as I dislike her, that's a complete disservice to her because, again, Arlo doesn't give a shit about her. He doesn't care about her. Arlo's not her friend. He's not. But, like, yeah, Elaine, you're not their friend. You're not. You're not important. Like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Elaine. Remy's your friend. I will give you that. Remy wanted to hang out with you at Rowden. Serafina, sure, I guess. But Elaine, you always talk such a big game. But you're not anything. You're not. You're just a healer. That's it. That's your role with the Royals. You don't care about the safe house. You don't have the same goals and ambitions of them. They're part of the safe house. Arlo trusted, and Elaine, Arlo trusted you to look after everyone while he and Remy went to Rowden Hill. Like, he trusted you to do that. And presumably you did a good job of that. But, like, no. Actually, no. You literally are and always have been a fucking rat. So, no, you don't get sympathy from me. You don't get pity from me. Like, you're not part of the group. These guys are trying to make the world a better place. You just try and follow along with whoever's in charge. Unless it's John and, he just looks at you and you want to cry wolf for the 50th time. Like, no, you're not important. And yeah, you are the healer. It's your job to do that. We're still focusing on her. She slams the door. Yeah. And she just walks away. She's going to fucking snitch. She's going to fucking snitch. So just ... Why do I feel like we just got dumped? Leave me out of it. She was clearly talking to you two. That's fair. Arlo just ... So you ran into Ember last night. Are Remy and Blyke okay? They're being taken care of. How? You said you couldn't get to a hospital. Where are they now? I don't know. Ison, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you giving any straight answers? Because, frankly, Arlo, I don't trust you. That's both fair and unfair of Ison. It's fair of Ison because Arlo is working with the authorities, and Arlo Arlo doesn't have the cleanest track record of people trusting him. Arlo doesn't have the best track record with private information. In recent arcs, yes, he does. He is trying to help. And the reason why it's also not fair of Aizen is because Arlo is trying to protect everyone. But Aizen doesn't know that. Remy doesn't know that. So it's both fair of Aizen to jump to this conclusion and to not want to tell when Arlo's around, but it is also unfair of him either. I don't trust you. And Arlo's just... oh. That's it. That's it. That's it. Here's the thing about that though, Solo. Like I said, Arlo definitely is trying to keep everyone safe. He warned Serafina for a reason. He put his position on the line to try and make sure that she was safe, that she could get out in the nick of time. He's trying to do that for Remy. He's trying to help her. He's trying to make sure that they can't get to her either. But Remy doesn't want to speak. And honestly, Arlo explained himself to John. He's already, that's two people who know the situation that Arlo has put himself at risk with. And so Arlo is in a bit of a pickle right now for trying to keep everything in check. Trying to make sure that everything still goes smoothly as possibly as they can. Making sure that the people he cares about, the people he doesn't want to hurt, can get out quickly and smoothly. But Aizen also does kind of have an abusive past with Arlo, just kind of similar to John. He does with John. Arlo has wanted to use Aizen for information before, and when Aizen wouldn't want to cooperate, Arlo would kind of threaten him and everything. And like I said, Aizen doesn't know the situation right now with Arlo. And honestly, I think now more than ever, John needs to vouch for Arlo. He does. Because Arlo has explained the situation to John. John knows that Arlo is the reason why Sarah was able to get out before they came for her. Arlo has stuck up for John before in recent events. It's time for John to stick up for Arlo. John, like I said, Arlo's far from perfect still, but he's trying now. And that's what counts. So yeah, Arlo has stuck up for John before. John needs to return the favor now. John needs to tell Aizen. And Aizen probably will think John, you're okay now. I still don't fully trust you either. You did a lot of shit. Totally fair of Aizen to bring that up too. But John should say Aizen, look, I know I'm not one to talk. You should really hear him out this time. But yeah. But Uru, I gotta be honest. Okay. The best storyline, honestly, the best storyline Uru could go through with Elaine is her being a snitch. I think that's what she should do. Because that's Elaine's total character. She's always just followed the crowd who was more powerful and more in charge. She followed around Arlo. She was Arlo's informant for Serafina and everything. And when Remy came and Elaine, and again, I'll say it again and again. Elaine doesn't care about low tiers. She doesn't give a shit. It's just when they became a problem and they came after her, and then Remy was like, "Hey, do you want to help out with the safe house?" She was like, "Yeah, let's stop all this nonsense." Elaine has no I've probably said this before. Something I always thought. Elaine is worse than Zeke. Elaine is a worse person than Zeke because Elaine has no loyalty. Zeke's loyalty is totally and utterly to himself. Elaine is literally just like, who's powerful? Who's in charge? Who can benefit me? What can make me look good? Honestly, if that was Uru writing her out of the story right now, cool. Imagine asking why someone was inside their own house. But yeah. I think after this next part of the story, there are only going to be 2 current 4th year students at Wellston who will remain very relevant to the story. Felipe, we're still in season 2. But yeah, I think there's only going to be 2 current 4th year students who are still going to be relevant to UnOrdinary after this next bit. And clearly it's going to be Arlo and Zeke. Because Arlo is clearly a main character. And Zeke, because Zeke is kind of Arlo's foil when it comes to being a part of the authorities, of the Bureau of Authority. Did I get a cut? No. No? What do you mean? What do you mean a cut? But, yeah. Now, yeah. Cecile's never really been important. She was John's right hand for a bit. Very briefly. Oh yeah, no, I didn't. And Holden is Arlo's one friend, but we haven't seen much from them in a long time. And I don't really see a point in Uru making Holden relevant after he would graduate. But yeah, I don't know. She has appeared briefly since the return of season 2 because she was there when Remy and Blake needed a jack and Ison didn't want it. They were like, he was like, Cecile, please do me a solid. And she was just like, Ison, I'm graduating soon. It makes no sense for me to be the jack at this point. It should just be you. We've seen Cecile before. She still looks the same. She lived. Okay, so yeah, it was after the return and everything. So boom, boom there. Man, fuck Terrence, little bitch. Yeah, she's right here. This one. Yeah, she's right here. Episode 238. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is the last time she's appeared since. Welcome, Wheel of Fate. Welcome. Do you know which Q&A that was, Blissmanic? Yeah, that's what I said, Solo. Man, UnOrdinary be crazy, bro. UnOrdinary be awesome. Quick recap. Blyke and Remy are staying with Doc until they're fully healed. John and Arlo went to check on Ison. Mans was dying, fucking dying. Elaine showed up to heal. Then she got pissed that she's a healer. And, yeah. Then she left. And then Ison told Arlo, like, I don't trust you, bro. But, yeah. Oh, my bad. No, they were just asking, someone was just asking, like, what's happened to Cecile. She hasn't appeared since, like, John, like, got her ability to face off against Arlo and Remy. And I was just showing, no, she appeared briefly when she denied being a Jack. I think that's why so many people like her in UnOrdinary, because she like fits that like stereotypical dumb mommy kind of thing for some people. I know a lot of people think she's really hot. That's why they like her. Fox. But yeah. So, question of the day. What's question of the day, guys? What's question of the day, boys? What's question of the day? Question of the day. All right, question of the day. You know, even a blind squirrel can get a nut eventually. Question of the day, do you think Elaine is done with the series, or do you think she's going to snitch? So do you think that was Elaine's goodbye to the series, or do you think she gonna go snitch on everyone and be like, Headmaster Vaughn, they're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But yeah. That'll be it for tonight. Question of the day, do you guys think that Elaine is just gone from the series now, or do you think she's gonna be a fucking bitch and snitch? I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it did. Anyway, let me know what you all think down below. So yeah. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about everything down below. And as always, everyone, See you, space cowboy.